Hello. Hello. I hope this works. I can't really see if this is recording me properly, but I ought to do this more often because, as I have said in the past, I should be filming at all times. And of course, this is the story of me, Darkflame, Mike Darkflame, and my mission to spread free education with the world. The last 10 years has been very, very intense for me. And I know I haven't been saying a lot because I've been working. Is really the best excuse I can give you why I haven't been video blogging so much. And I completely missed out on monetization on YouTube. Number one, philosophically, because I don't want to put ads on my videos. And number two, because they're not even good ads. Like, it's not really going to be targeted ads that, like you. I'm so frustrated with YouTube. That doesn't even begin to describe the situation and what I'm feeling. No, the thoughts and feelings that I'm having are so complex and so deep that I don't know if you can understand unless you've been through similar things yourself and you felt what I felt. Where should we go back to? Let's go back to 2005. 2005 was my second year of college. I was going into the... When was this? 2005. Well, I guess the beginning of 2005 would be when I started at Red Deer College. And then 2006 would be the year that I was finishing. And then I began at the Scott Block in 2006, 2007. So 2006, 2007, I got my dream job. Right out of college, and I managed to get a position as the facility manager and technical director for the Scott Block Art Space downtown. Now, this was a indoor paintball field that was still being transformed into a theater, but I was able to get my hands on exactly what it is that I want to do, and I was able to get mentally adjusted to the role that I wanted to fit. And ever since, I've been trying to reclaim this. Not that reclaim it, but I'm trying to push myself in this direction that I want to go. You see, if you've been watching my videos, you know that back in 2008 I set a goal, a rather ambitious goal, but I said that I want to create 1,800 short films, and it'll take about 10 years. Now, in the 10 years since, I have made several things, but 1,800 short films, not quite. But that doesn't mean that I've failed. What this means, what this is, what I'm saying, is that I had time, and I was taking my time. And because I knew that I had time, I allowed myself to take it slow. And I allowed myself not to rush, I suppose. It wasn't the right time. There were still things that were being developed, and I knew that. There are still things that are in development, and we just have to wait for these technologies to come out. But that doesn't mean that we don't have to prepare for them. And my whole life has been preparing for this future that I knew was coming. And if I could go back, oh, the wonderful world we'd live in today. But I can't worry about the past. I can't spend my life focusing on regret. All of these failed hopes, so to speak, they're merely failed expectations. They're merely projections that were abstract, and when unfulfilled for so long, can feel like they're dead, but they're not. That what it means is that in the ether, in the universe, the mechanics of life are working to bring all of these elements together. And what's interesting, what's fascinating, is how everything is coming full circle right now. So perhaps you are watching this and you've followed my videos before in the past and you've subscribed to me, and there's a reason you're watching this. Maybe you're one of my partners. Maybe you're already involved in what I'm doing. And maybe you were involved at one point and it's been a while since we've talked. If that's the case, please reach out to me. I'm doing this for everyone. But it's not going to seem like that. And to be misunderstood is the price you have to pay to be great. And maybe I'm not great, but I'm trying. And I want to do great things. I want to strive for more. I want to leave a legacy. I want to share information with the world. I want to empower the individual and create opportunities for creative professionals, for artists, for musicians, for actors, for dancers, for inventors, for anybody who's ever had any idea or concept, something that they wanted to create. Darkflame Studios is about facilitating that. About taking that numinous essence, that novelty, that newness, and nurturing it. So, 2007. I was doing this exact same thing. The mission that I'm on today is not much different. In fact, in many ways, what I'm doing now is exactly the same. And yet, the keys are coming together. The pieces are starting to fit. And there's a reason, my friends. There's a reason why all of us have been distracted and busy and working and living our lives. And you deserve to have a good life. You deserve to be able to spend time with your family and let life come and live it as it comes. But don't let life carry you. Don't be tossed around in the harbor like a ship without a sail or a rudder. It's almost 2018, and it's been over 10 years, and I've been networking with creative professionals all over Central Alberta and all over the world, preparing for this future where we can take the best of the past and merge it with technology and find a synthesis that will serve us better than the parasitic systems that have fed off of us in the past. You see, we have a choice in the matter, you know. The reason that politics are the way they are is because we keep voting for those politics. And politics has never really been the answer. It's just the solution that's provided. No, it's up to the individual. It's up to the average person. Did you know that this economy, the real economy, is built by small business owners? People doing something out of their home and doing a little bit better every year, and then upgrading and you know, persevering and making that business succeed. And that's where all the success really comes from. People just want the government to do everything. But that's not how life works. And the government is just force saying, pay your taxes or else. And then you take that tax money and you put it where you think it'll do something. And often that's seems to be in the pockets of corruption. And I don't even want to get into politics. I don't even want to worry about it. I did a little bit of politics when I was in high school. I've been aware of the overall political climate of the globe for over 10 years in a very, very intimate way, and I just want to focus on my theater. I just want to focus on building Darkflame Studios, film studios, as a production center for theater and the best ideas. My vision right now has been focused, and this year has been very enlightening to me. The last 6 months, I've made considerable progress moving my business forward. But I need your help. And if you're watching this video, I appreciate it. If you're watching this video wanting to get this update on what Mike Darkflame has been up to for the last 10 years, you're getting that inside look right now, because I'm just being candid. Because that's what YouTube is supposed to be about. Yes, I want to produce things that are more professional looking, and I want to be able to edit it and make a well put together presentation. I want to make features that are not just me talking at the camera, that are actually storytelling. You see, filmmaking is what I really want to do, but I'm not at that point where I'm able to focus on it the way I know I need to focus. When I was working on Darkness in Creekside, that took all of my focus and all of my energy, and I threw everything I was into that project. And just the story of me going through this process of creating Darkness in Creekside and then returning to it and revisiting it in the near future, this is going to be a very, very personal story, and I want to do a good job. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't be doing these candid video blogs either. I mean, minutes watched is what is most important on YouTube now anyways. And this camera here is probably the fanciest, most high definition camera that I've had the good fortune of using. Oh, I recall that Sony digital tape camcorder with the wide angle lens. Those were the days. And I've come so far since then. So what do we do now, my friends? Where do we go from here? This is a choice I leave up to you, but I've created a template. I've created a framework. I've created this design for my theater, for something that I believe is important for the next phase of, let's just say theater. The next era of theater. This theater that I'm going to build, Darkflame Studios, is going to be that synthesis of technology with the past, finding the best ideas, finding the most incredible forgotten works, and performing these plays, getting that information out there in a way that people want to watch it, adapting these shows to modern day, finding creative ways to tell these stories that need to be discussed so that we can look at ourselves and we can ask, is this life? Is this what we want? And not just for us, not just for you and me, but for others who are going to watch this content and become part of Darkflame Studios, and even those who will come after I'm gone. This is what we're doing this for. Darkflame Studios and Darkflame Earth is about building a future that we all want, and finding that balance between the possibilities and what's proven to work. Now, sadly, theater is a dying art form. Maybe not dying, but it's fading. And we have to reinvigorate it. We have to bring people out to see live events and to understand the magic. And we need a place that's high class, that's for everyone, but has a level of a standard, and a place where you're accepted, where you can come and you can be a member and you can express your ideas and have your ideas built. where people can contribute their ideas to a concept and work on an idea. And Darkflame Studios is my dream, and I won't rest until I create it. I have so much to do. Once we're there, once Darkflame Studios exists, then I can really get into the exciting stuff, things that I shouldn't really even talk about yet because we have so much to do, and I don't want to tell you, I want to show you. So join me this year. 2018 is the new 2006. I'm rebooting everything. I'm going back and I'm taking everything that I've done over the last 10 years and everything that I've planned and reworking it, rebooting it, relaunching it. Darkflame digital portfolios are your ticket to the producer network. They're also your profile. It's you. It's your digital assets, your content. Since 2008, I've been working on this. But now the technology is catching up where now you can actually join my network for free and put in some work, some proof of brain, and buy my token with your earnings from that. You can begin to monetize your creativity, your art, your work, and you get to be the author. You get to be the owner. You get to be the one in control. Darkflame Studios doesn't want to own your stuff. I have my video content. I have my audio content. I have the things, the services, the portfolios. This is my project, but I want to know what your project is. And then we can create partnerships between us as well as with other producers in the network for your services and your skills and your projects. And we'll take the best ideas and we'll add them to the main production season. Darkflame Studios is going to make waves, and we're going to attract the most creative minds. In fact, you're probably listening right now. So 2018, visit mydarkflame.net. I've set this website up for you. You can get a subdomain on this website by purchasing Darkflame Studios contract token. This is your digital portfolio. This is your VIP membership. This is your access device to the network. And for 6 Mbits, you can join the network. So much more is coming. The Miners Post rewards tokens are being distributed. You can get some on Waves decks. All these setup links should be on mydarkflame.net. This time, though, I need your belief. I need you to believe in yourself as well. I need you to take a look at your life and take a look at the last 10 years. And I want you to say, what would I have done differently if I could go back and do it all over again? And then, instead of stewing on the regret, I want you to decide right now, what are you going to do now and this year, 2018, so that in 10 years, 2028, we look back and we don't have as much regret as we did this time. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to make as many videos as I can. And I'm going to make as many friends as I can. And I'm going to teach as much as I can. And if I bring value to people, I know that the value is going to be returned to me. And as we go forward and we pursue our goals and our dreams, let it not be the pursuit of money, the pursuit of wealth, the love and greed of money, but let us set our goals on the higher values and the higher ideals and the aspirations and the dreams. And let that true wealth be wisdom and not money. And at the end of this experiment, my goal is that the people are better off. That regardless of the outcome, and whether money exists or not, in 10 years, let's make sure that self-improvement and human happiness and quality of life is what we put first, not the accumulation of material wealth. In fact, I believe that we can unlock so much wealth by empowering the individuals, empowering people. I believe we can unlock so much wealth that everyone can have prosperity on this planet. 8, 9, 10, 20 billion people. The question is, do we want that world? And can we live in a world where our neighbor has everything they want? And where we have everything we want? And we want nothing from each other? And we don't fight with each other and compete with each other. We compete against ourselves and we try to be the best version of ourselves we can be. Where we can have control over our emotions and look at our actions and weigh the pros and cons and change if necessary. We seem to be on a crash course. Our society is on a trajectory that is unsustainable, and we all know it. But what are we going to do? We all have to keep on we have to adapt. We have to change. We have to grow. Enough of the abstract, let's talk about some specifics. I need to get off of the power grid. I need to have sustainability in my own life. I need to take an account of my energy usage, of my waste output, of my consumption habits, of my production targets and results. I need to focus very, very, very closely. November was meant to be a no month. No November. It's hard to say whether I accomplished that or not. I get very introspective about this time of year. But December, what a month. So the year's over. 2017 is over. And how am I going to start 2018 off different? How am I going to make 2018 different than 2017? I'm going to revise. I'm going to revise and bring out and use my protocol for transference again. This was something I developed 10 years ago when I worked at the Scott Block for this very purpose of making sure that my weeks are productive and that everything that needs to be done is accomplished. And then throughout the week I make adjustments to this plan but that I stay focused on it and that I accomplish the items that need to be achieved every single week. You see, all I need to do is look back, because I've already figured out so many of these things, and that's why I did this the way that I did. I took my time. I was in grade 11 when I started planning this. I was in grade 11 when I started having these imaginations, visions of what I wanted to build, which was a theater, a new kind of theater, a huge theater, meant to be a place akin to the philosophy schools of ancient Greece, a place where people could come to learn and to philosophize and to create their ideas, to work on these ideas. This is probably the most important thing. And that's why it's also one of the most difficult things to do, because surely there's a struggle. Everything worth doing in life requires struggle and effort and discipline and perseverance. And that's what I've been doing. I sat down in grade 11 and I was drawing my outlines and my plans and figuring out all the branches. And I said, this is going to take some time. And a lot of this technology isn't ready yet. The LED technology was just getting started. The solar panels were not very cheap. The batteries were not very efficient. The touchscreen computers were still experimental. But I knew that we were going to get closer. And there will be a time very soon, where I'm going to send a message and I'm going to say, the time has come for you, my producers, to come to the studio to work on your ideas and to help me build the most incredible production season that anybody's ever seen. Maybe it won't happen immediately. Maybe the production season won't be perfect, won't be the most impressive thing that anybody's ever seen, but what we're really doing beneath the surface is so much more important than anybody realizes. In fact, it's so much more important than even I realized at the time, because if I knew then what I knew now, and in fact I think I did, I feel like I did, if I knew, I would go back and I would tell myself, go, just do it, just believe in yourself and tell everyone and gain the support you need, and do not hesitate and do not delay and do not let the haters hold you back. And don't wait, because you can make this happen right now. You don't have to make it 10 years from now. You don't have to wait till 2018. But hindsight is always 20/20. And I told you before, I don't want to sit here and stew on regrets. I want to do what I can today to make sure that tomorrow I can focus completely and fully on building this future together. So, what can I do today to make sure that tomorrow we can build this future? I'll just be straight up. Today, when I get back from the airport, I'm going to have a meeting with my chief science officer, and we're going to map out the next 2 weeks, and the next 7 weeks, and the next 53 weeks, and the next 5 years. I'm setting a course. Coordinates have been locked in. Shields are at maximum. Torpedoes are loaded. The crew has boarded. While the senior staff is boarding. And we're going to make a call. We're going to say all aboard Starship Darkflame. And I hope that people hear the call. This is my mission. And I've been serving people just like I do for you if you called me. But the best way I can serve you is in this capacity. Not driving. But showing you the way. And building this place to give you opportunity. To show me what you got. We're changing the whole paradigm here. It's not about me paying you. It's not about me just like giving you money because money's going to make you successful in life. I've even had to break free from this concept. And as a business owner, you don't just show up and get a paycheck. As a business owner, you get up and you run your business. And you either make money or you fail.